Today, we'll be reviewing the latest episode of House of Dragon Season 2, Episode 6. Now, without further ado, let's get into it with a quick breakdown of the scenes, then my thoughts. We open on Jason Lannister and his forces arriving at the Golden Tooth with 1,007 times that in archers and a lion. The Lord of the Golden Tooth is eager to march at Harrenhal, but Jason refuses until he has Prince Aemond as his convoy. On Vhagar, till then the keep of the Golden Tooth is the Lannister. We then see the Raven that Jason sent has been received by Aemond, Prince Regent. He's irate and agitated that a petty lord would feel compelled to summon the Standing King, as if he were a dog to be summoned, and demands they be sent. He sends Sir Dylan to meet with the Triarchy dangerous missionaries to destroy the blockade made by the Sea Snake. Aemond's counselors disagree, but as the Greyjoys have yet to respond to ravens, Aemond feels it's his only choice. So instead of entering into a debate with his counselors, he sends Criston Cole to Harrenhal alongside the Lannisters and Hightower army. He's eager to remove Daemon from the battlefield. He welcomes the challenge of his uncle, and in his hubris wonders if Daemon is bold enough. After establishing his plan, he dismisses everyone, except his mother. As his mother was Aemond's father's representative and welcomed by Aegon, Aemond has no need for his mother's voice upon the Council of Warmongers. Alicent tries one last time to reach Aemond, asking him, "Have the indignities of your childhood not yet been sufficiently avenged?" They embrace for the first time since Season 1 on camera, and he dismisses her. We then transition to Rhaenyra and the Council of Blacks, where we see Corlys as her hand for the first official time. They start the meeting by discussing with Sir Steffon Darkland about his blood heritage. She uses this to urge him to attempt to claim a dragon. She needs more dragons, and he is one of the only way. As he took an oath to protect her and die for her, he accepts and attempts to claim Seasmoke. He's eager to remove Daemon from the battlefield. He welcomes the challenge of his uncle, and in his hubris wonders if Daemon is bold enough. After establishing his plan, he dismisses everyone, except his mother. As his mother was Aemond's father's representative and welcomed by Aegon, Aemond has no need for his mother's voice upon the Council of Warmongers. Alicent tries one last time to reach Aemond, asking him, "Have the indignities of your childhood not yet been sufficiently avenged?" They embrace for the first time since Season 1 on camera, and he dismisses her. We then transition to Rhaenyra and the Council of Blacks, where we see Corlys as her hand for the first official time. They start the meeting by discussing with Sir Steffon Darkland about his blood heritage. She uses this to urge him to attempt to claim a dragon. She needs more dragons, and he is one of the only way. As he took an oath to protect her and die for her, he accepts and attempts to claim Seasmoke. See Daemon having another dragon dream. Viserys stands before him, repeating the words that broke their brotherly bond for good. The heir for a day. Did you say it? I've decided to name a new heir. He only now sees how much he hurt his brother and can't stomach it. The pain is overwhelming him. He wants out, he demands out. But the door won't open till he's awoken from his dragon dream by Simon Strong. Daemon puts a knife to his throat, wondering if he's truly to blame for all his restless nights. A part of him is broken. He wonders who haunts his sleepless nights, leaving Lord Strong with a strong message: "I'm onto you." He prepares to take off, leaving Harrenhal for good, but he runs into Alec Rivers. An argument ensues. She teases him. He lashes out, but then, in a way we've never seen any character do before, she calms Daemon down, and in another first, Daemon asks for help. She leaves him with this: "The winds will turn in 3 days' time." Wait. From there, we go straight back to Dragonstone, where we see Sir Steffon attempting to claim Seasmoke. He walks up cautiously. All seems well as Seasmoke lowers his head and shoulders as to invite Sir Steffon upon him. As Steffon inches closer and closer, he finally says, "I've done it," and in a show of irony, Seasmoke arises and burns Steffon and a random dragon tamer accompanying him. Feeling accomplished, Seasmoke leaves for what or where has yet to be seen. We move to Driftmark where Corley speaks to Alan. He offers Alan a position as his first mate. Alan denies. So Corlys forces him to accept. Alan wears a cap to hide his Valyrian hair, and we see Adam in the distance staring with envy. Moving to the pub, we get an update on how things are for the small folk. It seems they're starving while the lords and ladies still dine on the finest foods while partying night after night. They miss the old days, the peaceful kings of the past, and wonder if the rightful heir is truly Rhaenyra. Is this all a part of Rhaenyra's plan? Rhaenyra gets news Sea Smoke has escaped as the White Worm comes to comfort her once again. Rhaenyra feels defeated, as no one else will feel excited to attempt to claim a dragon after such horrifying results. We see Aemond lacking care or concern for the small folk. Showing his lack of experience, Aemond questions why they blame him. Seeing an opportunity to seize power, Larys attempts to make himself the hand of the king. Aemond insults Larys and commands him to fetch Otto Hightower as the new hand. He is then interrupted by news his brother lives and might make a recovery, though not fully. Hearing that Aemond pays Aegon a visit. Questioning Aegon, what do you remember? Aegon responds nothing. Aemond, pressing against his burns, attempts to gain the truth, but he says once again, I remember nothing. As the Maester walks in, Aemond leaves. We then see the Vale as Rhaena stumbles upon the remains of a large dragon, a wild dragon of riding size. She confronts Lady Arryn, asking why she hasn't been told of this. It being a wild dragon, Lady Arryn did not see the need to notify anyone. Go back to Spicetown, where Adam gives Alan a piece of his mind for refusing the offers of Corlys. He's jealous that his father seemingly only has eyes for his eldest bastard son. Alan tells Adam to let it go and stop chasing things that will never come. Going to King's Landing, we see the seeds of Rhaenyra's plan bearing fruit as boats, and boats of food and supplies come from the ocean with Rhaenyra's banner on them. As Alicent sits with Aegon, she questions if her son really is improving, and wonders what will he be if he lives. The Maester has no answers. Alicent grows increasingly concerned as she's not able to reach her father, and her soul is beyond her hands. However, she does finally apologize to Aegon. Alicent leaves and finds her brother Gwaine to give her blessing. She asks about her father, but Gwaine isn't the favorite child, so he's the wrong one to ask. They share in a sibling bond as she asks about her youngest son. Instead of being the petty lord, he comforts her and lets her know she at least has one good, kind son. He leaves to war. Alicent then goes to see her daughter Helaena to light candles at the Sept of Remembrance. It's there where the rest of the citizens discover the loads of food sent from Rhaenyra as chaos ensues. Alicent and Helaena find themselves trapped in the chaos as they become targets for the angered small folk. They finally make it to the carriage and escaped barely unscathed. Alicent, only having a small cut, exactly where she had once cut Rhaenyra. Larys strong visits Aegon and stops him from taking the milk of Poppy, for it numbs both the body and mind. Larys seems for power, and thus Aegon is his only hope. So he shares his story about being an outcast, a cripple, hoping he can find commonality, but all Aegon feels is pain as he wails in his bed wanting for the milk of Poppy. Though Aegon understands and whispers to Larys, "Help me." No longer leaning for the milk of Poppy, in Daemon's next dragon dream we see him get some sort of closure, finally being able to be there for his brother when he needed him the most, after the loss of his son and wife Emma. He wakes up softly to good news. Off the top of my head, I'd give the episode a 6/10. I think it started off amazing, just showing how, even back when dragons roamed, the Lannister were still ignorant. It showed us through 5 minutes of dialogue just how twisted Aemond is going to be as a king, and later on showed us his lack of experience is what's going to come back to bite him. The same lack of experience shown by Criston Cole when parading a dragon's head through the streets of King's Landing. I think the smartest thing he's done as king was to send for Otto Hightower, which I wonder what's going on with him since we haven't heard or seen from him in a while. If he gets captured, there's no way the Blacks faction will let him live. We also see moves that might come back to bite Aemond, other than the lack of food, which is trusting the Triarchy to break the blockade, because it's always okay to trust mercenaries. I also do like Aemond dismissing Alicent from the council, I did not understand why she held that seat for so long. I did not understand why she held that seat for so long. Made zero sense when their faction is all about women not leading, but that's neither here nor there. I also hate how she kinda went around to each kid apologizing. She talked to Aemond and was like, "Come on son, can you chill? I'm sorry they bullied you." Then she said sorry to Egon for being Mother of the Year both last and this episode. Then she asked Helena to go to the Sept with her, and lastly was asking about Daeron the Daring to Gwaine. Now Daemon's dragon dreams have never bothered me. The closest was when he slept with his mom that was not needed. But I kinda understood why they did that. Plus, to me, she kinda looked like Emma Arryn as well, which makes me wonder if Daemon ever had feelings for Viserys' wife. I do like all of his Dragon Dream episode moments if this is the last one, because it told a story and it turned Daemon into a different person without changing his character. I wish Corlys had a little more screen time and there was a little more, or at least some animosity between Corlys and Rhaenyra. It's my impression Daemon actually truly loved Nettles, which gave way to him preparing him for stuff he does in the books. No spoilers, lol. Either way, I'm excited to find out what this dragon looks like and how big it is. Do you guys think it's gonna be bigger or smaller than Seasmoke? When Aegon completely verbally obliterated Larys, I knew we're gonna see him seated next to Aegon whispering sweet nothings to him. Though I was happily surprised, Larys got a little more open than I think he even planned too. All in all, I hope this is the end of Daemon's Dragon Dreams. If so, I give it an A+. If not, that score will go down drastically. I'm not good enough, Rhaenyra. I hope she doesn't do it every episode, it's already tired. Adam is turning out to be a very likable character to me while his brother isn't, and I'm excited to see Aegon back in a position of power with Larys, whispering to him and keeping him safe. What would you rate this episode? What did you think of this episode? And if you could choose your own dragon, I'm choosing Balerion, of course. Which would you choose and why? Make sure to comment. What did you think of this episode? And if you could choose your own dragon, I'm choosing Balerion, of course. Which would you choose and why? Make sure to comment and share to help the channel grow. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on House of the Dragon and the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. Until next time, may the dragons fly high and the realm tremble.